Lockjaw, and why don't you guys introduce yourself for us?
I'm Medavon.
Baldii.
And you guys play...
Baldii plays rhythm guitar, lead guitar. I play guitar and vocals and write most of the music.
So what do you guys got going on for 2014?
We're just trying to book as many shows as possible. March 14th at the Metal Grill and April 4th at the Rave with Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Now you guys just did a show in Chicago. How'd that go?
Oh, that's great.
Awesome turnout.
You have a mix of bands. Since we didn't make it down that show, was it similar style? Was it different, very diverse?
Very similar.
Very similar?
Very similar. I would say, I mean, more industrial than metal in that sense. Very.
There's definitely a good representation of the industrial rock scene in the Midwest.
So that's how you want to kind of classify yourself too. So if someone first time to see and listen to you guys, you kind of give them a heads up on your style a little bit.
Yeah, we're not like hardcore industrial and we're not like super metal. We're kind of like in between, but we take elements of industrial and mix it with kind of bluesy metal.
Okay. Does that make it easier or harder for you guys to book shows?
I don't think it matters.
I don't know, it's harder to find you get a weird mix of bands sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, that in that aspect of it, it's harder to get more bands that are similar because, you know, we kind of follow our own thing, but...
Right. But there's a lot more bands like that in Chicago than
here.
Sure.
Yeah.
You were saying about different bands. Didn't you guys do Summerfest a couple years back?
We did Summerfest in 2002, 3, 4, 5, a couple other ones.
So you've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah, we just haven't been asked for like the last
Now you
3
feel,
years.
even though that gives you a lot of exposure, you really think that's going forward you want to keep doing, or you might kind of just say, it's played out?
I like playing shows. I like playing bigger shows, so it's always like a thrill to play in front of a new crowd, especially like Summerfest if there's gonna be a few hundred people.
Sure.
I've never done it, and that's on my list. I wanna do one.
So how long has the band been a band for? How many years? 12 years? 10 years now?
It's been a live band since 2002.
Okay, so we're looking 12 years. And how long have you
I've been in since 2009.
2009, so you got a good 5 years under your belt.
All right.
Yeah, finally.
I was looking, what is your record label? Is it self-produced or is
it's called Dark Drug Records, but it's basically a launch pad for my projects. Murder, Love God, Lockjaw, The Devil Ranch, and a few other things that I do here and there.
Okay. Now, did you self-finance that? You got a little bit of sponsorship for music, anything? How'd you come about with that?
All the money that goes into it comes from me, and most of the money that comes out of it goes back to me, so it's just kind of a Dark Drug Records, aka my bank account.
Okay. Because I know some bands similar, they go to Metropolis.
Right.
I know Skinny Puppy's on Metropolis. I think Hansel and Gretel was on Metropolis.
Right.
Have you been approached by anybody?
No.
I'd like to get on a bigger label, and we used to submit CDs to different labels like Roadrunner, and they had some mild interest way back, but since then I kind of got frustrated with it, and I don't know if there's really a record label demand there to work with bands and make it profitable for everyone, not just the record label.
Well, with all the shows you're trying to book, you've been trying to get like maybe a mini tour in the States possibly?
Definitely.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would like to get out east.
We're just pretty poor. We don't have proper transportation. My van is a 94, so it's going to be 20 years old. February, I think.
So, with this all happening with that, how is the cohesiveness of your band? Do you have a good stability since you've been with the band for years now?
Oh, yeah. We have a new bass player. She's fitting in real well. New drummer, what 2 years now?
2 years.
And
Haas, our drummer, Britt, our bass player.
Now, didn't you say you also book bands once in a while at the Metal Grill?
Yes.
What is your pet peeves with that, as being a band member but also as a promoter possibly? What do you run into that?
Well, most bands nowadays don't like do the old school promotion method of like going out and handing flyers to people and word of mouth and supporting other bands. So those bands come to their shows, and there's not that kind of network as much anymore for most bands in Milwaukee, Chicago, whatever.
Sure, sure. With the club you do it at, have you seen any drawbacks with where that club is for doing shows?
I just started booking there like a month ago, and it's definitely one of the best sound systems in Milwaukee, and they pay the bands better, and they don't charge for a PA unless, well, if you bring in 30 people, then you don't have to pay for the PA. In normal clubs, they generally charge like $150 right off the door, so then bands are like losing like right out before they even start the show.
So if you guys want new people to enjoy and listen to your music, where can we find you guys on the internet? Throw out everything, Reverb, Last.fm, whatever you guys are on.
SoundCloud.com/LockjawX, ReverbNation.com/LockjawX. Our website is gone. Bandcamp, you can get some of our albums on there. You can get all our albums at cdbaby.com. Just type in /Lockjaw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, and it'll go to one of those albums.
You guys got other merchandise for fans when they come to shows, like shirts?
We got T-shirts and stickers, and
that's
we're working on new shirts as we speak.
Right.
Okay, well,
Hopefully we'll have them for the MSI shows. So.
Sounds great. Well, on that last thing, you guys, any parting words you want to say to your electronic world of the internet? And
I got nothing.
you got nothing.
Keep supporting local music, bands like Lockjaw, who could use a break. Come to our shows, make donations to the Hell Rock Fund, and get me a new van.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys.